the GirlTime Experience Summit 2015, and I'm so honored right now to be joined by Henry Fernandez, pastor of the Faith Center Ministries, international speaker, and best-selling author. Henry Fernandez, it is so great to have you here with us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm really enjoyed today's event.
Wonderful. Yes. It is such an honor. There was a lot of buzz, the fact that you were going to be here, so we're glad that you are here. And the theme for this summit was to reposition yourself for an encounter with purpose and destiny. And you spoke to us today about being repositioned to be positioned. Wow, what an amazing topic.
Yes, because it's very important, I think, for women to understand that sometimes they get so complacent and have accepted the position that they're in. Wow. Life has a tendency to bring us unpleasant circumstances. Be it a divorce situation, be it raising your kids by yourself, struggling financially, and sometimes if women are not careful, they settle in that position that this is the way it's going to be for me for the rest of my life. But I believe it's so important for them to take inventory of where they're at and make the decision to say, you know what, it's time to move. It's time to go to a greater place and to really discover my God-given purpose. Wow. I really do believe that.
So you mentioned how important it is to have that realization. So how do you make that move forward?
I think first of all, it's important that women admit that where they are is not a good place. Right. Failure to do that is setting up yourself to miss your God moment, to miss the great opportunities that are out there for you. So you have to admit, I'm not at a good place. That I can do better. I have accepted failure. I have settled at this unfulfilled place. When you accept the fact that you're not at a good place, then you're ready to move. And the next thing they need to do is to put feet to their faith. Meaning, it's more than just saying you want to succeed, saying you want to become a great woman of God. It is actually taking the necessary steps to becoming that great woman of God, such as, okay, maybe you have to go back to school and get a degree. Wow. Maybe you have to rethink your attitude. It's funny enough, I talked today about women's attitude. Sometimes it's their mouth, sometimes it's, and sometimes I think a lot of women shut down all opportunities simply because they don't know how to relate. So women can succeed. In fact, I want to tell you, when I told the women in the summit this, they're powerful, they're dangerous. Wow. They can build and they can destroy.
Yes, that is so true. You did talk about, shutting the mouth.
Yes.
Shutting the mouth a little bit, but you're absolutely right. Put in, as you said, put in that action, behind your faith and making it happen. And for that person who's probably tried to put the action behind the faith and failed and feel like, I'm in this position and I cannot do it again, what would you say to them?
Faith is not a one-time effort. In fact, the Bible says faith comes. It didn't say by hearing, and that's it. You can't just speak something today. Oh Lord, I'm coming out of this dry place, and amen, that's it. Faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing. My way of putting it this way is faith comes by doing and doing and doing and doing and doing, and you'll hit it one day. So if somebody is stuck in a dry place and thinking, I tried, it didn't work, I tried. A lot of my successes in life is a result of a lot of failures. And they need to understand it is in trying, and you keep trying and you keep trying, that you will succeed.
Wow. And that's so important for us to take those steps and have those aha moments and try again, and to move forward. Yes. And what I loved about your session today, you gave us a lot of, spiritual nuggets, and then you talked to the ladies. You gave them what I will call some tweetable moments, some tips, some words to live by.
I don't know if they like me now, I'm going to look at my Twitter page and my Facebook page to see if somebody's venting,
Wow. No, they were on their feet and they were having a wonderful time because it was kind of like from a fatherly, a mentorship perspective, and I love that. And I have some of them here that I want to ask about. You said, You talk about the fact that a woman does not need a man to fulfill their destiny. What encouragement would you give to that single woman or that person who, feel that they haven't found their Boaz yet, so they're just not able to do what they need to do in God or just in general?
It's good that you're seeking that soulmate, that husband, that fiance that eventually will become your husband. It's a wonderful thing. And that's important. I will encourage every woman out there, do that. However, when you put your destiny on pause in chase of a man, you are going to be disappointed. I think what women need to understand is chase your destiny, and if a man happens to come into your life, it's just a bonus.
Wow, awesome. Just a bonus.
It's just a bonus. But if you make him the bonus, if you make him the objective, and think that he is the prize, when you get the package and you start unwrapping the package and discover that there are flaws in the package, then you're going to want to throw the package away.
Throw it away, Bishop.
And the problem is you've wasted so much time going after something that's temporary, forgetting something that is permanent, if you will, which is your purpose, your destiny. At the end of the day, God's never going to say to you, so, okay, how was your marriage? How was your relationship? That's for earthly use. At the end of the day, he's going to say, okay, so you came through that divorce. Oh, you got married. The marriage was a success. But what did you do for me? So I want women to understand, go after your dreams. And then when that guy comes, it's a bonus.
It's a bonus. I love it. It's a bonus. I love it. Another tweetable moment. You said if you live your life to please a man, it's not worth keeping him.
Yeah. I mean, we see it all the time, Carlene. People, women in particular, they live their life chasing a guy. And it's like the whole world is wrapped around this guy. And you're going to be disappointed because remember, he's a package.
Right.
And he can wrap himself and make himself look good and pretty. But in all of us, including women, underneath that paper,
The real deal.
there's some unpleasant views.
Wow.
And you're going to shortchange yourself when you chase something that is just temporary. Your husband is never permanent in your life.
True.
He may pass away before you, or you may pass away before him. It's a temporary thing. Then what after the man?
Right.
Your dating is not, and I encourage ladies, don't shy away from dating. You can date, but at the end of the day, you got to remember there's some dates that's not going to produce anything but life lessons.
Life lessons, yes.
That's it. You're going to okay. I talked about today how women need to learn to be quiet and listen to a man because that's how you discover more about him.
Yes.
And I think ladies need to just understand that, man, be silent when you're in pursuit of your happiness. And let the external things speak and use the wisdom of God to decide what you'll bring into your life and what you will shut out of your life.
Wow, awesome. And that actually was my last one. You said, let a man talk and you will discover who he is. That was like, just amazing. That blew me
because
away.
Women, they do the flip side of that. They talk. And then when they see something that they should have discovered if they were listening, they're like, where did that come from? That took me by surprise. Really? Obviously it would, because you spend most of your time just chatting.
Wow.
And if you just listen to the guy, you'll find out that maybe that wasn't for you, or maybe this is the way I need to approach this guy. The downfall for a lot of women is they just talk too much. And when you talk too much, you accumulate over the years a lot of luggages. I talked about that.
Right.
And you tend to carry all these baggages into your life when sometimes you're passing through seasons that are just temporary. You know, I shared the story about my wife, you know, when we're traveling. For the life of me, she still do it to this day, and I think a lot of men can relate to me. I'm like, where are you going with all these baggages? It's 2-3 days.
Can't leave anything.
You know, and the thing that got me one day is she thought she was really hitting it with me by giving me the perfect answer that would make me say, that makes sense. She said, it's a just in case situation. And I'm like, really? You're gonna carry 10 pairs of shoes for 2 events, 2 functions that you're gonna attend. Really? That's the problem. When you've got too many options, you tend to bring all those options into other relationships that only sabotage those relationships. So I think it's important for women to understand, just be quiet, listen more, that's wisdom.
Yes.
Listen more, and you'll find out so much about your boyfriend, you'll find out so much about your husband, you'll find so much about your kids.
Sure.
You know, parents just talk. Sometimes just listen, they'll talk.
Yeah, they will. Wow, amazing, amazing. You know, ladies, we're gonna fix it, right? We're going to listen more and, you know, kind of keep it on the wraps. And we cannot afford to miss out and not be in position for our destiny. So thank you so much, Henry Fernandez. We appreciate you being here at the GirlTime Summit.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you.